two-time NXT Champion Bron Breakker. Bron, how does that sound this morning?
Sounds great, man. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. We're going to start kind of with your personal history, and then we'll get into Vengeance Day coming up in a couple weeks. You grew up in a wrestling family. Your father, obviously, Hall of Famer Rick Steiner, Uncle Scott Steiner. How much did you actually get to see them in the ring? Because you're only, 25, correct?
Correct. I mean, with WCW, I don't remember anything from that time. Some small stuff here and there, like after that, but as far as my dad was like pretty much fully retired, when that was pretty much done. So I didn't really get to see him very much.
I, however, was a big fan of the Dogface Gremlin when I was younger. So, I mean, it was even so much I wanted to go to the University of Michigan for a while. It was, your dad was so fun to watch. And obviously Scott was great as well. But I was always a Rick fan. It was just, just something about his character and gimmick that just, was so infectious. It really was. Did you want to be in the business from day one, or because you were more into football, correct?
I wanted to be in the business since forever.
Okay.
I just grew up playing sports. I was a 3-sport athlete. I was a 2-sport All-American. Like, I just grew up doing those things. And then, once I fully exhausted that stuff and right away, it was always my plan.
Because you played football at, coincidentally, my alma mater, Kennesaw State University.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I was living in Atlanta. Actually I was in the business in the independent circuit in North Georgia, where you basically got your start as well, correct?
No, I mean, I grew up there. And I don't know if you know it. You said you grew up in North Georgia as well, or you?
I didn't grow up, but I spent 10 years there outside of Atlanta. So
yeah, I was so I'm like in the Ackworth, Woodstock area.
Right.
Where I was at, and that's it's I haven't been back in a little while, but it's a good place. Kennesaw is a great place, man.
It was It was only a commuter school when I was there, so that'll tell you how long ago it was exactly. So I saw that on your bio. I was like, hey, we've got something in common. This is awesome. Talk about, you guys are getting back on the road for the first time outside of the state of Florida since 2020. You've actually done a couple big shows. You did the Raw after WrestleMania, where you regained your title for the second time. And you also had the honor of inducting your dad and uncle into the Hall of Fame. Talk about that a little bit.
Man, I'll start with the Hall of Fame and stuff. That was a surreal moment for our family. Just something that, my dad and uncle have been looking forward to for a long time. And I'm just so thankful and blessed I got to be even a part of that, situation and such a great thing for our family. Like you said, NXT is back on the road, and Vengeance Day, it can't get any bigger than this. I mean, it's just a big fight field, super exciting event for our company. We're so excited to get back out and just be out there with the fans and be a part of this, together. We can't wait.
Let's talk about you and your opponent, your match, big steel cage match coming up at Vengeance Day. Back at New Year's Evil, you and Grayson Waller, you normally say you brought the house down with your match. You literally brought the ring down. The ring. Talk about that and the chemistry you have with Grayson in the ring.
And that's the ring breaking and stuff. I mean, that's obviously not the way I wanted things to go, or the fans either. I was disappointed, and I'm sure everyone else was as well. stuff like that. It just accidents happen, and I mean, I'm glad that we get to settle this. This dispute on whether I deserve to be the champion or whatever this guy has come up with in his stupid pea-sized brain. But we get to settle inside of a steel cage, and that's what I'm most excited for. So
he claims to be living in your head right now, rent free. Is that the case?
No, I mean, maybe in his own mind. I mean, I don't know what the hell goes on in his mind. He's got to be one of the biggest idiots I've ever been around in my entire life. I don't really. I don't know what he thinks. I don't care, honestly.
I mean, he's basically, doing everything he can to get you off your game. This past Monday, the stunt he pulled at the Performance Center. Tuesday night, he, called you out. It took 20 people to keep you apart. You still couldn't. You end up going through the barrier.
Yeah.
What's it going to take to get him out of your off your skin? Get him out of the picture.
Just an absolute beating. I mean, that's the way someone like that is. That's the only way a kid like that will learn. And someone like that doesn't learn through some type of discussion or. I mean, people like that just need a beating. That's all there is to it. That's the only way that they learn is touch the hot stove and burn the hand. That's it. And I've been telling you what, I've been in quite a few fights in my day, but this is probably the one I'm looking forward to the most because I cannot stand this dude.
He's definitely not the biggest guy you face, but he's definitely seems to be the one that, let's say, draws your ire the most. Do you see any that as being a challenge coming up on February 4th?
I mean, the only thing that he does is talk trash on social media and just run his mouth and figure out any way that he can self-promote himself so that he can further his own fan base. But that's why I don't partake in that crap. No, it doesn't. None of that matters because we're going to be locked inside of a steel cage. There's going to be nobody to hold us apart. I mean, really, nobody to hold me back from pounding this dude's head in. So, I mean, he's screwed. He's absolutely screwed.
If he were watching this, and I'm going to post a lot. This will be posted later. What's the one thing you want to say to him right now? There's, no holds barred.
I got nothing to say to him. I'll see him at Vengeance Day in the steel cage, and I'm absolutely going to pummel this dude. So